What's up, guys? It is Will here, back again for another episode of Lights, Camera, Kiko, Natalie G Collects. Guys, we are here Friday, August 16th, 5:18 p.m. And I do have to say, we are not late because of Kiko Collects this one time. Every other time, I feel like Kiko has been gardening or doing something, but Kiko came prepared. He was timely. It was me this time, guys. I was talking about different things offline in relation to my dating life, which, by the way, I am back on the dating apps. Kiko and Natalie know all about this. I have to tell you guys, I'm pretty confident. I don't know, but the chat needs to weigh in on this one. Maybe it's just my area. I'm pretty confident. I feel like I have enough data to definitively say there is a single motherhood epidemic out there in the United States because there are so many single moms on dating apps. If I was a woman, I'm sure there's plenty of single dads too. So maybe single parent epidemic. But seriously, and Hinge makes you pay to turn on that filter to filter out the parent thing. So I guess I'm just gonna have to date a woman with a kid. I don't know how that works. People in the chat are gonna have to weigh in. If you've ever been a step parent before, let me know how that goes. But do you guys have any thoughts on my analysis here? Do you guys have any thoughts on my findings? Because I feel like this is a serious problem.
Well, Natalie, I don't want to jump in front of you, but as you know, the resident male, the other male on this stream or whatever, I just want to speak to the risks that Will is putting himself out there. And I applaud him for his ability to be on a dating app because I matched with one person before I met Amy. One on Tinder. Just one.
One?
Yeah, one. Maybe I'm too picky. Maybe people didn't like me. I don't know. But and Amy even said, I don't know if Amy's out there or not, but Amy even said, she's like, I know I was on there and you must have swiped. Is it left or whatever the one?
You got to swipe right. Yeah.
Okay, so you must have swiped left on me. So you didn't want me. And so
oh, dude.
I was like, come on. I was like, for one, I don't think so. Two, I didn't match with anybody except for one person. And then they brought their, friend to like screen me the first 30 minutes of the date. And then they're like, well, I guess you can keep talking to her. And then like literally I was like, hey, because I'm in my 30s. I'm like, I'm done this all before, she made it clear, I'm not here for the one night stand type of thing. Oh, okay, cool. So you must be looking for a long-term relationship. I literally asked her to lunch that week, go to lunch. I thought it goes great. And then she's like, I'm just not ready for a long-term relationship. Well, bitch, why are you on the website then? Like, you don't want to fuck, but you also don't want to like be in a serious relationship. So pick one. Like, that's the thing that bothers me.
Well, Kiko, honestly, bro, to be honest, I've been let down easy many a times. I think that's what happens there. I think people, when they tell you they don't want to be a relationship, they don't want to be a relationship with you, unfortunately. And that's happened to me many times.
It is. And you do have to filter through the BS. And so that's all I'll say on that because I'm not in the dating market. Thank God. So I know.
Well, I think we got a super chat, by the way. X-Men Supreme. I was dying. He said dating people with kids is dicey AF. Just pay the money. Dude. Well, I guess he's right. Thank you, by the way. You're paying up front to filter them out versus paying later for the kid, right? So
that's a great way to look at it.
You might as well just pay.
I went on one date.
He knows what they're doing. What were we saying, Kiko?
I went on one date with a mom. Then, like I said, I didn't care that she had a kid at all. But they literally do. I say they, I make it sound terrible, but they have a different mindset because like, hey, this is somebody that, you're not just dating me, you're dating my family. And if you don't pass their, protocols, then you're out. And gee, I wonder if you're going to be a good stepdad to little Timmy. And it gets very, very complicated. If you're not ready for that, then I can definitely see that,
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I can't even figure out which artisan I want, like, let alone like fucking figuring out like, do I want to like raise a kid? So yeah, Louise said, are we talking of not Tinder, actually Hinge on this one? And Myron, by the way, shout out to Myron, got his wife on a dating app, dude. Kudos to you. Natalie, do you have any thoughts before we move on from this topic?
Many.
Okay. Do you want to share them with the group, or do you want to keep?
You can share in public, not in
private. Yeah, you can share them with
me
privately in confidence if you wish. But
look. All I gotta say is, at this age, the dating pool is a murky green lake. You're like, all right, they can't have kids. They must be this fly. They must like my collection, right? They must like my collection.
I mean, how would they not though?
Like, and then it gets smaller. You've got a bucket of sludge at the end, so you gotta expand your criteria. But I get it. Like I don't have kids. If I was in your position, I would be the same way. Like, I'm too selfish. I didn't have my own kids. You think I want to just die? Like, all kids, come on in. They're going to want to touch my things. Don't touch my things.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, they're gonna touch the acrylic. I gotta wipe that down. Like, I mean, like
little kid fingies are the dirtiest, slimiest thingies.
Cheetos.
Yeah.
Like, I
Mhm.
mean, they'll get Cheetos on your Module case. You waited a year for those things.
Especially if they're a little boy. Let's be honest. These little boys always got their hands down their pants. Always. They got these little dick fingies, always touching my stuff. Get them out of here.
Well, Natalie, I'm glad you were able to contribute some valid thoughts there. Both you guys, those were great. So I really appreciate that. I have met some that actually really been cool. Actually, they're really nice women and they do have kids. So I'm just going to keep talking to them because they seem really nice. So I'll just go with it for now and see how things go. Nonetheless, guys, thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for indulging us in that conversation there. And I'm assuming, Natalie, you look like you're doing well. I mean, your hair looks wavy, so you seem relaxed and normal today instead of having to, like what do you normally straighten it, right? It normally looks so professional.
Yeah, I normally blow dry it, and now I am embracing my inner lazy.
But that's awesome. See, because you feel comfortable on our stream and comfortable with the chat. So you're becoming a true streamer by day. So and Kiko, dude,
Kiko showed up to the interview.
He did. I don't know if I've ever seen Kiko look fly.
Pleasantville movie.
Yeah,
like you ever seen Pleasantville?
No, wait. Yeah, actually, I think I have. Actually, it's been a while.
With Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon.
Yes. I did see that. That was a really good movie. Someone requested it and I reviewed it a long time ago. But yeah, Kiko's going. Kiko, are you going to Outback? Is that where you're going?
Outback? No, that's too far away. Longhorn potentially, or Double Dogs.
Oh, Longhorn. Where'd we go?
We went to Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's our favorite spot, dude. We always go there pretty much every time.
It is pretty goated when you come over here and hang out.
It is, dude. Honestly, and the rolls are pretty chef's kiss. So, you know what? Also, chef's kiss is Kidpool, because Kidpool is the figure. I think that Kiko, look, this is a 2-pack, really. This is a 2-pack. You get a Kidpool and you get a couch for $240. And I think this is the 2-pack that all the collectors were dreaming of. I mean, forget C-3PO and R2. I want Kidpool and the couch, dude. That's
so was this the perfect segue to your no kids dating rule?
Actually, no. This was not planned. But Deadpool clearly was fine with it. So, I'm sure he's taking up the mantle. But I didn't even say the no kids rule. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. That actually worked really well. Okay. Thank you, Natalie, for bringing my attention to that. That actually played out perfectly. So that was not at all coordinated. So I'm going to give myself applause on that one. Kiko, dude. Is this break? Because, look, we've said before, I'm not really this way. Like, I understand where people are coming from. I'm not the one where I'm saying, like, you can't collect action figures 1/6 scale of kits. Like, after seeing that Harry Potter figure, which Natalie now has in her possession, which is really, really good. It's a great figure. I've kind of maybe changed my tune a little bit. I was like, this figure is phenomenal, dude. It's phenomenal. If Natalie didn't twist my arm, I would have kept it, because I would have been like, you know what? I got to be a good friend. I promised her I was going to sell her this one, so I'm going to sell it to her. But nonetheless, look, the kid thing, Kiko, this is a Deadpool, and it comes with a couch. What are your thoughts on this? Does this break the no kids rule? Is this the exception to the rule for you? Where are you at on this one?
I'm all over the place on this one, mainly because of the price is absurd, I think. I think that's very, very high for a mini action figure and a couch, which I know is going to be plastic. And essentially, this is the Marvel version of the Jawa and Gonk droid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Literally exact same thing. And I don't consider this to be a kid, because who's to say it's not Peter Dinklage under there? I mean, just because it says Kidpool doesn't mean it's actually kids. So I don't know if it's the no kids rule or anything like that. But I love the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't need this many Deadpool representation in my collection at all. Like, I already have Venompool. I already have both Deadpools and Dusty Deadpool, and Lady Deadpool and the new one on the way. That's enough. And the Deadpool itself the new Deadpool comes with the Headpool and Dogpool. So and Babypool. So I mean, good God. At that point, you've got a lot of stuff going to where it's like, okay, do you have an issue now? Because then you have to start explaining it to your dates that come over. You're like, hey, what the fuck is it with this?
How many Deadpools do you need?
Yeah, and so I get that it's cute, okay, for like the Reynolds family to be in the movie. Cool, that's fine, whatever. I don't need that in figure form. And for the people that are like, oh my God, this is the way that, the Deadpool core is. Like, are you not a real Marvel fan? I would be willing to bet that there's this many people that are hardcore, like Deadpool, Deadcore, like fans, okay? This is a pure hype release. That's all it is. And the couch is cool, y'all. I get that. But damn, come on. You don't need to pay $250 plus tax. Let's say then you're now sitting around close to $260 plus shipping. You're sitting close to $300 for this.
Yeah.
That's not worth it to me, man. And so it's cute for these blogger photos, but I'll look at the blogger photos. Ha, that's cool. And that's it. That's it. I don't need that representation in my collection. If you are that absolute fringe, Deadpool core, absolute honk, then go for it. But if you're like man, I just love this movie. I want to do everything I can to remember it. By the time this releases, you'll forget it even happened because there's going to be something else new, cool. There'll be, Red Hulk and Captain America, and then, Avengers Doomsday is on its right around the corner. We are so fickle. Just like they say in Gladiator, the crowd's a fickle, brother. You'll be forgotten in a month. That's exactly the way this is this figure will be forgotten, and most people will be like, why do I have this? And this will be, if you really want this, wait for when it releases, because I guarantee you there's going to be so many people saying, why did I buy this? I gave into the hype, my bad, and are going to be looking to offload it because that's what this is. And as I said, if you are that fringe 1% of the massive Deadpool core honks, go for it. But if you just like the movie and you're like, then go get a popcorn bucket if you want to remember the thing. Like, damn, you don't even need to be spending $240 plus tax plus shipping for this. I'm sorry.
Kiko, I'm actually with you. I don't think, look, I'm happy for the people that want all these Deadpool figures. I don't think I've ever been less interested in a figure than this one from Hot Toys. Like, I'm trying not to be hyperbolic about it. Legitimately, I don't think that I've ever been less interested in a figure. Like, I look at this and I'm like, just for me, for those who love it, I'm very happy for you. Like, why does this exist? Like, I don't really.
And for all the people that are asking for even more variants, I'm like, come on.
No,
come on,
yeah. I loved it. Like, look, congratulations, Deadpool. It just became the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Fantastic. The movie deserves every bit. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to get Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not trying to shit on anyone else's fun here. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, how essential is this really? Like, and if you have the expendable income and Deadpool is your favorite character, that's, I feel like maybe the majority of this consumer base would be like, Deadpool's like my dude. You know what I mean? Like, I need all the Deadpools. But beyond that, I can't see this figure being like everyone just like jumping over themselves to go get it. You know what I mean? Like, couch or not. Like, it's so unessential to your collection. That's the problem with it. And $240, I feel like that's a little high. I'm with you. I mean, I feel like this would probably be like $180. I mean, like, this is the Darth Maul hologram.
I was going to say they paid $150 for the Darth Maul hologram.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So that's just me. But nonetheless, Natalie, what do you think about this? I mean, do you like this Kidpool? Do you think this is a necessary release for Hot Toys? What are your thoughts?
Listen, this thing, this is Couchgate. Everybody wants the couch. Nobody, yeah. I don't think anyone is so mad that Kidpool is with the couch as they should have put it with Ladypool, because at least people wanted her. I don't know how many people now. The little toy guns, the plastic guns are pretty cool. I will admit, those are cute.
Yeah.
Nobody a very small percentage, 5, 10, maybe 10% of the entire base is going to be interested in this. Now imagine some people are saying in the chat, okay, the couch is like $100. That means the figure's only $140. So that's a pretty good. If you walked in front of in a window and saw this freaking plastic couch and it said $100, what on earth would you say to the shopkeep? Would you laugh in their face, or would you say, "Wow, $100? What a good deal! Should I get this?" No one is buying that couch for $100. So the figure is $240. They just threw in a couch to make you feel like you got something. It's like Rocket. How much was Rocket when he released? He wasn't $140.
No. Yeah. Like he was like two, even the end game version. What was it, Kiko? Like 250, 215, maybe? I don't remember.
Very steep regardless.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's piling up.
At least Cosmo's cooler than the couch.
It's crazy though. Yeah, they have Endgame Rocket on eBay for $135. That's insane. It was $212 retail. Yeah. I'd rather pay $212 for Endgame Rocket than this. No,
yeah, I think the couch is more sought after than this figure, like 100%. If they split the 2-pack, and it's kind of ballsy to call this a 2-pack, but if they split this 2-pack and you put it online, the couch would be sold out, and there would just be 100 Kidpools sitting out there for $50.
Yeah, I think so, Natalie. I mean, I think this is one that look, and that's why I think honestly this topic won't take us long to get through because it's just it. And again, for the people who want it, we're not trying to like rain on your parade. I genuinely think that if you want it and it looks cool to you, you should go for it. Like that's how anything is with collecting, dude. It's just for me, like I just view it as so unessential, and like I think it was probably so cheap for Hot Toys to make. They were like, let's try to capitalize on all this whole craziness and this hype. Let's just make it, get it cheap, and you know.
It is going to look really neat if you get the whole set and you have them on the couch, and you've got, if you're a diorama person and you've got, you know, like the photography bug. I know, Kiko, you take pictures like that. Yeah. I enjoy those. Like I like looking at them, but for me, that would be like over $1,000 to take this photo. So I don't know that I'd be interested in it, but I'm sure it's going to look really neat for anyone who gets it.
I mean, it does look cool, but it's just like, you know, your collection at the end of the day is for you, but you still want it to be as impressive as possible, a representation of you. So when you go into it and you look at it, you're like, that's the best 1/6 couch I've ever seen. Like now, that's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
if they locked up Dogpool behind that, I'd be getting Kidpool.
Oh, dude, that would have been smart. That would have been smart to put Dogpool with Kidpool.
Would have been so mad. That would have been. We would have been having a Natalie is ranting.
Natalie's ranting. That'd been like Kiko's WWE video.
Character in the whole movie was Dogpool.
Yeah. We got a super chat. Thank you so much.
Do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Kiko?
How much is deluxe Cad Bane with Toto?
I think it was like 280 or 290, right?
Okay, so for $40 more, you get Cad Bane, 3 faceplates, and Toto, which is a billion times better than this.
Yeah,
right, 100%. That's
the one that got away from me. I still regret it to this day. Like every
time
I
see has him, you can get him.
No, not the one with Toto.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And then if you want that crosshair toothpick, because he comes with 2, you can put it in his mouth and it looks even cooler.
That figure's an absolute grail, dude. Like
that crosshair or. Cad
no,
Bane.
Well, him too, but I would say Cad Bane for me. Cad Bane is like.
I'm just looking at him right now, and that's what triggered me to think of it. I was like, that was almost as much as Kidpool. This is insane.
Well, dude, think of it too, man. Like Tom Holland, the new red and blue suit, like the standard version was what, 280? Dude, like it's pretty crazy. We got a super chat though, Myron. Thanks so much, bro. Shout out to Myron. So here's my support for that shirt, Will. Dude, thanks so much. Myron's been telling me, and I had a couple messages about it. People want to see t-shirts related to this channel. So if you'd like to see that and you'd be interested, let me know. I can consider it. There have been some people who have messaged me about creating designs. So if you want to do that and people would be interested in that, let me know. I've never created t-shirts before. I didn't know people even wanted them. So if they do, then let me know and I could do that.
But they have to be tanks, Will. T-shirts don't, because you don't wear t-shirts. So
I feel like I need to do both. I feel like I need to diversify myself a little bit and offer t-shirts.
Got to be able to show the guns to people that ask.
That's true, dude. Well, they got to show theirs too. But I have some ideas for little catchphrases we can put on the t-shirts. So yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. So we got X-Men Supreme back in the super chat bin here. So X-Men Supreme, thank you so much, bro. Here's the thing. If the figure sells well, then what makes it more likely later on to get younger characters that everyone wants who still wishes they had Omega right now? Wait, Omega. Who is that?
Will, that's because you don't watch Bad Batch. Omega. Rico.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
okay. I'm in on Omega. You got me.
I have Ellie from Last of Us. I'm pretty.
But Omega's like 10. Ellie's not 10.
She's like
now,
15.
if you had a Harry Potter, you can put her. You have all your little people who's 10 years old sitting on your
honestly.
Shelf. Yeah, imagine someone walking into my collection like, "Wow, you have a lot of little children in your."
Kiko, when people walk into your room, that's not the thing that they're thinking about. They're like, "Wow, you have a lot of toys in this room."
Unless you bring a single mom over, then she knows that you're all about taking care of the children. So.
And then I say, if you think these toys are cool, wait till I show you the ones downstairs.
That's a different movie, but yes. We got another super chat. Thanks so much, X-Men Supreme, by the way. Omega, yeah, I'm glad Kiko taught me something. I don't really know about Bad Batch as much, but maybe one day I will learn. I will become learned.
See, I'm gonna be so mad. See, now that he brought this up, I'm gonna have to say it right. I'm gonna be so mad if they release Omega, right? Because I don't have the accent like Kiko can do it. But I'm gonna be so mad if they release her and she's from season 3 or 2 and she doesn't fit my season 1 whole lineup. She's gonna have like the color in her suit with the little helmet that doesn't fit with season 1, or she's gonna have long hair from season 3, and it's just gonna bother me. And I know that's what they'll do, because that's.
Let me ask you this: would you do a Nala Se Omega 2-pack?
No.
Yes.
I think that would be super cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If you can get Kidpool on a couch, you can get a 2-pack of anything. It's not really a 2-pack.
I'd pay $350 for a Nala Se Omega 2-pack.
there are people out there paying $500 to $700 for even one of the current Bad Batch. So
That's
a
true. They're
2-pack
paying
for
$1,000 for
300 is
there. So yeah.
yeah.
Sergeant Sal has a really good point. Sergeant Sal, thanks for the super chat. People complain about InArt diorama base prices, but are okay paying $100 for the couch. Make it make sense. That's a very valid point.
Don't get me off on InArt today.
We don't have a single Sal. We don't have a single InArt topic on this docket today. So I'm giving Kiko a little bit of a reprieve from the punishment. But we do have another super chat, a question for Kiko by Myron. Thanks so much, Myron. Kiko, did you cancel your InArt Batman? Kiko, people need to know, dude.
So here's where I'm at. I have not done it yet, but I've been very vocal that it's absurd at this point. I have had no correspondence with InArt, with Kit. No one knows what's going on with it. Everyone, because I did a poll and I was like, should I cancel it or not? And majority of people said cancel it. I think it was close. It was like 60-40. And I was like, I got the Hot Toys one. And I know Will, you would probably say that, you know, the InArt one is better, but
yeah,
my man Batman Collectibles says it's only like a $40 difference as far as like the quality that he feels. And I was like, ugh, do I really want to drop, you know, the InArt price to get the thing at this point? Like, I literally don't even want it right now. And so I'm this close to either asking Kit to transfer the pre-order to something else. I want to cancel my Joker. I want to cancel my Paul. I've not pre-ordered Michael Jackson. I'm so done with InArt at this point. They've given me no reason to like go forward, and I've not canceled it yet. But Myron, I am very, very close. Well, if I can figure out a way to, and if I don't think Kit watches this stuff or if he even can, but if I can figure out a way to transfer my pre-order, I will 100% get rid of it.
Wow. Let's see, Natalie. Kiko is serious. He means business. So, I mean, hey,
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are feeling that right now. Like if I had a Batman, I'm sitting and waiting for it, and everybody else has theirs, or you know, it's how many months has it been? And now it's like, oh, Harry Potter's out, and there's like people who have it, and it's like, what the heck, man? I might as well get the Hot Toys. Then I'll at least have it.
It's coming up on 3 years since the movie.
It's so old, right? And like. Right. Hot Toys has been out. Everyone's got it. It's pretty much gone. And the longer I wait, the harder it's going to be for me to get. I could get it tomorrow if I buy Hot Toys. Like I'd get it. I'd be the same.
And the Hot Toys base is superior. I mean, there's no way around that.
Yeah, the Hot Toys base is superior. I would, as much as I love Batman, dude. Batman Collectibles, the guy we met in Tennessee. Shout out to him, dude. He was a great man. He was a great dude. I would say that overall, I think that the Batman is much better than $40 difference, but that's just me. That's just my take. I mean, everyone's going to be different on that, and you might feel differently, but I think there's a big difference. But Kiko, I would hold out just a little bit. If you hate the Bat, my stance all along has been, if you get the Batman, which should be hopefully soon, who fucking knows though, if you get it soon and you like it, keep the pre-orders. If you think it's ass and you think it's not better, cancel all them fuckers, dude. But like, give it a shot to get it in hand first before you take a drastic move. That's what I would say.
But you have to take drastic moves to send messages sometimes, Will.
But I don't think one canceled pre-order is gonna.
No, but if I screenshot it and put it on there and tag them, maybe enough people will be like, "Oh, okay, Kiko's being serious now."
Sort of movement. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know,
and I'm not trying to like shit on them and like ruin John's life and all that stuff. I'm just asking for people to change and things to get better. That's all I'm asking for.
That's fair. That's fair. That's very reasonable. And I'm with you. I mean, I do think it's getting a little bit crazy at this point, considering it released like April, like for most people, like for VIP rather. Like I don't think I reviewed mine till like mid-April, I think. So like, you know, sometime around there. So about 4 months. It's a long ass time. Yeah, it's a long time. That's too long. But we waited a long time for this Darth Vader, and now it's finally here. So we have to ask you, Kiko and Natalie, is this the definitive Darth Vader that we were all hoping for? Because for the longest time, I mean, this was the discussion, Kiko. Before the battle damage Vader even came into existence, the question was, is it Kenobi Vader or is it Return of the Jedi Vader that is going to become the definitive Darth Vader 1/6 scale by Hot Toys? Well, I mean, Kenobi Vader came out. It's unquestionably goated. I mean, objectively, it's the best. Kiko, I think Kiko's going to come around eventually to that point. But maybe one day I'm going to get him there. And Natalie, I'm sure Natalie probably agrees. But if not, we'll convince her too. This Vader, honestly, Kiko, I do like it. They made some improvements. I'm happy about that. I think overall it turned out pretty good. This one, I'm not sure if I'm picking up yet or not. But I have the Kenobi Vader. I don't plan to get rid of it. I love this light up helmet. I think I like it more than Kiko, but I think it's pretty interesting. It's a good thing to have. I don't think most people are going to use it, but it's cool to have. Kiko, I got to ask you, is this the definitive Darth Vader we hope for? Because how long have people been clamoring for a Return of the Jedi Darth Vader? It's finally here. They made improvements. Has it delivered? What are your thoughts?
as someone who owns the quarter scale Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. I'm looking right now at my quarter scale Sebastian Shaw head sculpt right now. You've seen it, Will.
Yeah.
I think this one is really far off from even the quarter scale one. I'm not trying to sound weird, but I think he looks a little fat in some angles. And I just don't see it there. And maybe it's because, there's a bigger canvas on the quarter scale, whatever. I'm not discounting the helmet. Great job on the improvements. Cape, I've never been happy with like the capes they've been doing recently. I really like the Empire drape cape. I think that's probably the best cape they've ever put out on a Darth Vader figure. Love the light up features. Don't get me wrong. But what a bad see that I'm just not a big fan of that. But the biggest problem I have is the helmet, the glow helmet. It's the most gimmicky, absurd waste of something. And I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. If there's no way to pose him, all these are inaccurate poses because it's not lore specific. You only see this after he has thrown the Emperor over. And so the ones that's got the pictures of him going like this or whatever with the helmet glowing, what are you doing? That never happened. And I'm going to be a real stickler to that. But this ain't the Vader for me. I do not have this pre-ordered, had no desire for it. I still think the Empire Vader is my GOAT Vader because that is the moment of his peak, in my opinion. He became vulnerable in Return of the Jedi and then eventually became Anakin again. So if you want the badass evil Darth Vader, that's Empire Vader. And if you really want to take things to another level, take the extra heads or the extra helmet from the Deluxe Kenobi, put that on your Empire Vader, and now you have the definitive Vader. Small inaccuracies, sure, for the people that be like, oh my God. But like that picture right there, that never happened. Show me where that happened in the movie because I don't remember that. And it's just a really cheap gimmick. And I think it's so stupid. And if this is the one you're looking for, super happy for you. But I'm just already looking on the horizon for Battle Damage Force Unleashed Vader. That will probably be the one I'm most excited for.
Dude, that's fair. That's a great looking figure. I will say I still like this Return of the Jedi Vader. I'm not the biggest Darth Vader stickler as far as accuracy to costume details, stuff like that. I think the head sculpt actually looks pretty good. I mean, I've seen your quarter scale one. That one's incredible. I've also seen it in different comic shops, and I always thought that one was really good. But it's quarter scale, right? I mean, to me, it looks like a shrunken down version, but you've had the figure longer in hand, so you would know. I'll defer to you on that one. I think you would know a little bit better than me. But I do think this overall looks like Sebastian Shaw, and I do think it's a good head sculpt. And I think, if you have a Return of the Jedi Vader, that's probably how you're going to display him with the head sculpt on, because there's so many other Vaders that have a helmeted look that you wouldn't really need this one specifically for that reason, unless like this was your only Darth Vader, which it could be. But look, like
I like the stairs. I like the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs are cool. Honestly, though, I am with you about Empire being underrated. Empire is a great figure. The only reason I sold it is because I only felt like I needed one Vader, and I kept Kenobi. So to me, that's my favorite. But I will say I think this looks good. I like the light up features, the USB features. This does look pretty cool. I'm honestly not a super huge fan. I was just joking about the lightning helmet. I think it's cool though. I mean, it's fine, but it's not going to make or break it for me. But Natalie, what do you think? Is this the Darth Vader for you? Because for OG trilogy fans, this could be their definitive Darth Vader in their eyes. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I looked at this one. I kind of went back and forth when it first came out because it, like, you're not. I don't know if you're ever going to get
it. Absurd.
I don't know if you're ever going to get another like unhelmeted Sebastian Shaw. If you don't have the quarter scale, like I don't know if you're going to get another one of these. So I think they did fan service by producing it. I think there's a lot of people who like the quarter scale because it has it, but don't collect quarter scale. I like it. I think it's a very iconic Darth Vader. Some people might arguably say that these were the best of times for Star Wars, and that's why it's the definitive Vader. And they ruined Vader in Kenobi, and they made him this, they made him that. I went back and forth between the two, and I said, well, why would I get this one over the other one? I would get this one over the other one because, I mean, look at the head sculpt, that's Sebastian Shaw, and then you can have him with it on or without it on. And how often would I ever have it without it on? probably never do that. So then I said, well, if I buy the Kenobi one, I can have it on or I can have it damaged. And then I can see this resemblance of Anakin Skywalker, who's that's what I grew up on. And I know a lot of people are like, well, this is the OG, this is the trilogy. And, I'm still fairly young. That I didn't grow up on that. I didn't watch it until after I watched, the Attack of the Clones was right. That one was mine. So
yeah.
I went back and forth. I like it. I wouldn't say it's my definitive, but to each his own, I think. And at least it gives enough variation, right? Because you have just like the one Vader and everyone's got the same Vader. Now it's like, oh, you have that one. Should have got it. It's really nice. It looks really good this way or that way. But I got this one. Oh, I love the one you got. It gives a little variety. I'm not that person who knows like the intricate details of each of the suits and like that button should be on the bottom, not on the right. Or this has deeper silver lines. To me, they're all just small variations in the suit. So I liked being able to just put the Kenobi one with the helmet on, take off all the battle damage. And it's like, oh, look at that. I have the OG Vader, right? To me, I don't see the big differences. So I get to have the best of both worlds. And as for the helmet, everyone's talking smack about the helmet.
Don't you do it, Natalie.
Natalie's going to disappoint Kiko.
It's, you know what it is? It feels like to me a sideshow exclusive piece that they just gave everyone. Like that's what it feels like. So it's like everybody got the exclusive. I don't know that it adds any value, but it's like that little hologram that it comes with, the exclusive ones, except everyone got one. So yay.
I feel like Natalie would only be useful if you somehow had a pose with the Hot Toys Emperor and Vader holding him up. And it's like, it's so specific. Like it's so, I mean, I'd rather have it than not, right? It's kind of like Dick IC3PO. Like you're not going to use it probably, but it's good to have, right? You want to have that faceplate in case you want to put Salacious Crumb grabbing his eye or whatever. But you know, I think it's cool. I mean, hey, as long as it didn't cost the consumer that much more, I'm fine with it. Like I don't think it's, but I kind of like this. Again, if you have one Darth Vader in your collection, I don't think anyone's going to come in there and be like, oh, you picked Return of the Jedi? Like, what were you thinking? Like that, you know what I mean? Like, and even you, like the quality is like, I think people sometimes forget like how small these figures are. They're 12 inches, right? So when you look at that, like, it's like, sometimes the details are almost indistinguishable from other versions of Vader. It's like, it's all, if you're looking at it from 5 to 10 feet away, whatever, like I think it looks good, man. I like the base. I like the light up. I just, I don't know if I'm going to bring this one home. I already have Kenobi. Like,
the best part of this figure is the head sculpt. So if you're not going to display it without the helmet on, I don't see the reason for getting this over, let's say, getting the newest one they just released with that awesome cape, or like, the Kenobi one where you get the battle damaged helmet, or literally any other one, right? If you're just getting this one, then you're getting it for the stairs, because the stairs are really cool.
Or if like you're a really diehard Return of the Jedi fan, you know what I mean? Like I have a friend actually who lives near me. Return of the Jedi is his favorite Star Wars movie, so he might really want that version. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. But I'm with Kiko. Like if you don't really care as much about that, you want a really good Darth Vader, get the Empire one for cheap, dude. You can get the Empire one super cheap. It's great. The base is incredible. No USB light up, but that's the only downside. But still, I still think it's good. I'm excited for it. I'm excited people are going to be getting it in. So. Let us know your thoughts.
I'm going to try and look for spare parts when this starts to appear. And I'm going to buy that helmet and I'm going to send it to Kiko as a mystery Christmas gift.
That would be great, actually. You can probably get it on Toy Anxiety.
I will actually add that to my Christmas tree.
There you go. It's your Christmas
what did Batman Collectibles just say?
He's talking about you and I. He said, thanks so much, by the way, bro. He said, whenever I meet up with Kiko to get him the capes, I'll bring InArt Batman to see what he really thinks. Possibly film the reaction for it. Well, dude, that'd be great. Honestly, I'd love to be there.
Yeah, I'm getting his alternate capes. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, gotcha. Well, dude, shout out to Batman Collectibles. Follow him on Instagram. Great dude. Awesome in person. So really great guy. So thanks so much, bro. Benny is here as well. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. Have you guys seen the update on Jazzinc Catwoman? I did. I can bring that up real quick because I think it was on the Hot Toys subreddit. I'll bring that up real quick because it was something I did see today. Like I've only seen the Batman 89. I've not seen the
you haven't seen the movie?
I haven't seen Batman Returns now. Yeah, so no, I haven't seen it. So you and I were supposed to watch that, but we didn't.
I think so, Will. And that's one we should have downloaded for the ride up to Cincy. I may have let you down on that, but Damn, you've
Well, because I watched, remember on the flight, that was the California actually. I watched Rise of Skywalker. It was really good.
Oh,
it was so good. It was so good. Now, do you like Rise of Skywalker? You do, don't you? You probably do. I feel like you do, Natalie.
Sorry, I was looking at the.
They're not with me, and neither are the reviews.
No one is. Yeah, so I'm
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, it's a good for you, right?
It's okay.
Yeah, that's kind. I'll take it. So this is the Jazzinc Catwoman, by the way. So this does look really good. You can see there's a lot of hair there on the side. So I think they're messing with some stuff. But the quality of the paint apps, the head sculpts look really good. So I'm excited for people that are going to get these. I've not owned a Jazzinc figure myself. Kiko, you've owned the Vulture one.
There's
right?
only been one, which was very subpar. I do wish I had it back. That's one I do miss, simply because I want the Vulture. The Vulture wings are incredible for sure.
Yeah.
A little fragile still, but I do think there's a little bit of a, this is going to be sacrilege. People are going to shoot me. I do think that there's a little bit of a cult-like following for Jazzinc type collectibles. I think you're paying way more than you need to get some of these vehicles. I do not think a $3,000 '89 Batmobile is that much better than the $800 Batmobile from Hot Toys, but teach their own. But this is going to be their first like actual figure, because it's got a head sculpt, and they're really. I've been following this process, and I've been following like what they're doing, the updates. I'm encouraged. If it comes out looking like this, for sure, I'm in. I think they're talking about a Battle Damage 2-pack potentially. I don't know if I'd want to go all in because that's expensive, but I'm encouraged by this because this is a lot better than just like the Jazzinc thing, because there's no fragile parts, there's not a lot of intricacies, because the Vulture had all these like appendages and claws and talons and all that stuff. So this is a departure from what they've done before. So I'm interested to see how it shakes out.
Same.
But it's kind of a we'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kiko. I'm interested to see how it shakes out too, because there are a decent amount of people that are excited about it. I think I'm just waiting for something to be made by them that I'm more excited about. They haven't really made anything yet for me personally, where I'm just like, yeah, like I want to go in on Jazzinc. So they were talking about the N1 at some point. That I have nowhere to put it, but that would be something I would look at and be like, okay, that's kind of exciting. But I know Yost said at one point, he said if Hot Toys doesn't make it, he thought they would, but if they don't, he would, and nothing's came to fruition yet.
Well, even people didn't even hardly back the Jedi Starfighter, just because, this stuff is so big.
It's massive.
The Snow Speeder, the Falcon Cockpit. I'm not crapping on the people that are like, okay, I want these big pieces. And if you got the room for it, sure. But I just do not feel like the price is there. And I know a lot of people like to jump on interviews and talk with Yost and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Great collector for sure. Like the community's there, but I feel like there's a little bit of a cult-like following for it that I just don't see the appeal for.
It's like J&D. Yeah.
Which maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yost and Jazz is an actual company. They don't money launder.
Oh yeah, that's true. We missed you last week. But Tom, thank you so much, bro. He said, I'm new to collecting and really enjoy watching these streams. Loving the three you get together when Dean joins. Thanks for the great content. Dude, Tom, thank you so much, bro. And thanks for joining, man. Hopefully it's been a fun experience for you to start out. It can be kind of daunting at first and overwhelming, but there's a lot of great things, a lot of excitement going around. So I think it's pretty exciting. Guys, there's something else. By the way, thank you, Tom, again for the super chat. There is a head sculpt going around by Present Toys that was announced on 1/6 kit for $45. That's actually shipped. $45 reasonable price. I will say the NRD is the full payment. It is actually taking the full payment up front. So that's one where you got to be ready to pay the $45 up front. You're not paying a super tiny NRD for that one. So regardless, I think this honestly looks pretty cool. For $45, I've never been a huge Present Toys guy. Like I've seen a lot of their announcements and I've always been kind of underwhelmed, Kiko. I look at their figures and I think they do fill a void. The Indiana Jones, I think, turned out, from what people said, pretty good. But I just see like the Terminator and I see some of the other figures and just, I've never been like, oh my God, this is a third-party company you have to pay attention to. But I will say this head sculpt looks pretty good. I will say this looks like a good head sculpt. Kiko, should we trust Present Toys to deliver here? And the other question I have is like, people say they want this, but are they going to use it? Because if you have a Deadpool in your collection, are you really going to put him unmasked? Maybe it's good to have the option every once in a while to change it out, but generally I feel like you're going to have the mask on, no?
It's a great question you ask. And I own a couple Present Toys pieces, and you've even seen them. The Present Toys Gus from Breaking Bad, I think is really good. We're probably never getting the Mars Toys Gus ring, so I was like, I'm glad I have that one.
Yeah,
their Breaking Bad pieces are pretty good, for sure. But I don't know if they're watching, but Honest Boss messaged me on Instagram and sent this over, and there's like, hey, are you getting this? And I'm like, probably not. And because like you hit it right on the head, is like how many people, when you have Deadpool, how many people really want the unmasked head sculpt? Two things. This is not the expression I want. It's a weird expression. You know, I understand it's very similar to a lot of like the stoic expression. Like I'm looking at Krennic and, you know, I mean, it's a standard head sculpt, but I don't know if this is the expression I'd wanted. But then this person asked, or Honest Boss asked, would you have paid $45 extra for this sculpt or a similar one in the Deadpool thing? And I'm like, an extra 45 for a Hot Toys version. And I probably would have if that's the only option, because then you have it, because everyone likes to have the option. But like you said, who's really going to do that? Unless you have multiple Deadpools and Kidpool and Ladypool. Sure, throw that on there, because now you have a little bit of breaking it up. You can have your Disney Deadpool, and then you can have your Fox Deadpool, and then throw this head on top of it, and then you can, oh look, variety. Maybe. But I think a majority of the collectors probably only have one Deadpool. And I guarantee you, no one is saying, I want the Wade Wilson head sculpt, the off-brand Wade Wilson head sculpt, to be displayed in my collection. Because, once again, bringing the significant other over, that's not the coolest thing you want to show. To be honest, everyone will be like, oh, who's this battle-scarred man? But then you show the face, like, oh, that's Deadpool. Most people know the Deadpool, the black eyes and things like that. To me, should we trust him to deliver? Sure, in 2028, perhaps, when we're getting ready to have another presidential administration at that point. But
did they take a really long time, Present Toys?
Yeah, and I mean, we're still waiting on a lot of things. I don't know what the turnaround would be. I feel like this, because it's just a head sculpt, would probably be quicker. I don't know. And is it worth $45 to take a swing at it? Sure, why not? But I'd rather go out tonight, have a couple drinks instead.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kiko, on that one. But you know, I'm with you that I do think I'm glad that this exists. I'm glad that people have this option to purchase this, because for the people who really want a Deadpool head sculpt and Hot Toys didn't give you one, I'm glad. But it does kind of put in perspective, all of us were like, oh, we hope this Deadpool comes with a head sculpt this time. We hope it comes with a head sculpt. And how quickly we forgot about that when it didn't. We were just like, okay, we're fine. Like, so Hot Toys knew. They said, do we really want to pay likeness rights to Ryan Reynolds, if that's how the business process works, for something that people almost certainly are not going to use? They're going to leave it in the box, right? So it's like, that probably is the issue. Like, that's probably the concern. Hot Toys is like, we're fine. We can pay a hell of a lot less, profit way more just by not including a head sculpt. People will still buy the fuck out of it, which they have. So Natalie, got to ask you, should we trust Present Toys to deliver? Is this the head sculpt that's worthwhile for $45? What are your thoughts?
Okay. So I got to address what you just said about forgetting the head sculpt piece, because I didn't forget that they didn't.
Oh, okay.
This was their one last chance to do it. Well, let me not say last chance, because, you know, it's not like he can die. So, you know, he could very well appear in more Marvel movies, but they could have at least given that half head sculpt where he's smoking a cigarette or something, so you can see the grimy, burnt, like anyone who loves Deadpool, just whether you're a comic, movie, or whatever buff, anyone who loves Deadpool wants the option to have it. Perfect example. Arthur Morgan, Lim Toys produced randomly, years after they released the figure, a single head sculpt that you can purchase for $45. It's TB Arthur. Tuberculosis, Arthur, he's dying. He looks ill. I bought it instantly. Do I want to display my Arthur when he's dying? No, but I'm not going to miss out on that head sculpt, right? So I bought it, but it will make me sad to see my Arthur with it. So I probably will take it off immediately, but it gives me an emotional connection. Like when I tell you I cried so bad at the end of that movie, or at the end of that game, like I literally looked over and boo-hooed and I had to walk away.
Damn,
and
spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's a
if you
great
haven't
game.
played Red Dead Redemption, which came out in 2018, then
yeah, that's
anyway, right. So I'm going off, but I think $45 is a good price for an unmasked version of this. It's the same thing as when everyone was freaking out that they didn't have Darkseid Anakin and they went out and bought Barbie Anakin with the long hair and started cutting it and putting the hood. It's like you can't really tell if the hood is on, right? You know, if you work your lighting right, this could look really good in certain lighting. Speaking of lighting, I have my lighting on the lowest possible setting because I've come to realize that when it's on its regular setting, I drown out in darkness. Like,
oh yeah.
So I have to like put it super low.
You need like a little ring light in front of you to make you bright.
I have one. It doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
like this thing is so bright and the white just like flushes me out completely. So I have it on the lowest setting. I don't even know if you can tell that it's on right now. Anyway, forgot what I was saying. I went off on a tangent. But yeah, if you have the lighting just right, I think this looks good. I agree with Kiko. I don't really love the expression. Like, I think if the expression was almost anything else, I'm glad they didn't put him with the stupid headpiece though, right? The hairpiece with like the little staples with stuff sticking out. That would have been,
because you can use this head sculpt for any Deadpool, any of the three. So that makes it a lot better. Yeah. And so also maybe Natalie, like you have a Deadpool 2, but you want to get Deadpool 3 and you could put this one on Deadpool 2 and then, you know, use the Deadpool 3. You could do that.
Yeah, exactly. Except I don't think they made the neck, because the neck on Deadpool 2 is all one piece, right? So it would have had to have been longer. It should have been. Maybe. That's actually pretty smart. A lot of people have a Deadpool 2. Oh wait, is that it?
It might work. Yeah, that's the head sculpt.
Sure.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. It's been a while since I've had Deadpool 2. I had him like a year or two ago, but yeah. So
if Kid will let me transfer my InArt Batman, I'll grab this.
You should transfer to the InArt base and buy the base because it's in stock.
Shameful.
That's what you should do. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I do think it's cool. You know, again, for the people who want it, it's not going to be for me. Like, I can't wait for my Deadpool to get here. I'm super excited. I'm ready for the gold guns. That base, though, I'm not really feeling that deluxe base as much. It's looks like a little piece of plastic. I don't really love that one as much, but I am pretty excited to get that figure in hand. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I think we need to talk about one more Deadpool thing, and then we'll move on from that. Ladypool. There's a VIP badge. I titled that just to kind of be, you know, facetious. Like, I mean, it is kind of a VIP badge. They have 500 units that they're actually selling in Hong Kong. It's released for 500 units, so a small release here for Ladypool. But Kiko, I got to ask the question, do we like these quick releases? Because this is a very fast turnaround. I mean, this figure was announced not long ago at all, and then now it's suddenly releasing very quickly, because these Deadpool figures have probably been pretty easy for them to make. You're probably changing just the body, a few things around, but overall, there's no human head sculpt. It's, you know, there's not too much actually to be done here. So at the end of the day, I'm happy people are getting this. Again, this is not at all going to be for me because I only need Deadpool and Wolverine. That's all I need, but other people feel differently. Kiko, do we like these quick releases, and what are your overall thoughts on this Ladypool?
What person alive doesn't want a quick release? I mean, we're the people that are saying, what's taking so long? Where's my InArt Batman? I love that this is an option. I love that this is an option. Now, it's not going to be me, you know, shelling out anymore. It used to be. It's not going to be me anymore shelling out to get this, you know, before everybody else. But it gives me hope that, okay, obviously they were able to make 500, 800, however many there were, and they're able to get this out. So I'm willing to bet it's probably right around the corner. It's not 2 years out. We know it's not going to be 2 years out. No. I mean, I think it's probably 6 months away, if that. We already got the update from Deadpool saying that one is coming sooner. So this is what you need to do as a business if you want to capitalize on hype. I mean, it's the #1 R-rated movie of all time at this point, and these are featured characters. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Kidpool release in another month at this point, because
honestly,
it's all the same material, it's all the same kind of eyes. You know, it's throw it in the big machine and then it shoots it out. There you go. So I love this. If you're a business, you want to have stuff surrounding the hype. You don't. Going back, I keep going back to InArt Batman. It's been 3 years since that movie came out. You want stuff coming out around the time. Like, if you can get, and I know a lot of companies or a lot of people are like, I want to make sure it's screen accurate, because if you get concept art as a company, if you get concept art, they're like, okay, start developing this figure. It's going to be available in our show, our movie, whatever it may be. Things could change in production. I mean, how many times have we seen that? You're like, oh, this is not scene accurate. This sucks. They fucked it over. Like, my God. How many times have you heard that? A lot of times.
Yeah,
Because
that's a lot.
well,
Yeah.
If you rewind this like by 20 minutes, you'll hear Kiko saying all these things about the movie, about the photography with Darth Vader. He's never done that pose in that movie.
Okay, Natalie, that's been 30 years. That's been 30 years.
Kiko's
That's
a hypocrite
different.
for sure.
No, absolutely not. No, that's 30 years. This is 30 days. All right. Anyway, I see you though. I see you, Natalie. I see you.
Nat is calling you out.
But I do like the quick release because it shows, hey, we're following the hype. But let me just go on and say, people, this is going to be a controversial topic, Will.
What do you mean, the Iron Man we're going to talk about?
Well, sure, we'll get on that in a second. But these quick releases, you don't have to have this and pay well over retail for your channel just so that you can have 5 people watch. I'm just
fantastic.
I'm being honest. The people that pay god awful amounts of money to get I'm yelling at me because this used to be me. I used to say, hey, I got mine in 2 days from Pop Collectibles, who I don't give a fuck about anymore because they fucked me and will fuck you too. Don't shop there. But that used to be me. But I'm just saying the people that are like, oh, I want to be able to have it first. Stop doing that because it's predatory. The companies that do it. If do not do this. Do not do this because this will come to you eventually. And everyone's like, oh, but if I get it there, I'm going to get 3 more followers. I'm going to have 40 more views on YouTube. My channel is going to skyrocket from here. And I'm going to pay $300 more than I should just so I can grow my channel. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I'm just trying to save y'all some money and some time.
It is honestly a little bit too late for that. Again, I think Justin has already cornered the market as far as reviews. And again, the other problem too, Kiko, is there's some really good reviewers from Hong Kong too, or at least in China, wherever they are.
And and let me just say, I'm not shitting on your ability to make content. I'm just saying you're not going to get it fast enough to really capitalize. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's fair. Hey, I understand, but everyone's different. Hey, to each their own. If you want to do that, I mean, everyone has a different strategy. So I think it's totally reasonable. Natalie, do we like quick releases? I think we do, right? In general, but what about this Ladypool? Is this going to be an absolute dopo for you? Because I could see you picking this one up. You almost picked up Batman, Imposter Joker or whatever. So I feel like you're gonna she almost bought that. She was in the queue. Yeah. Honestly, the head sculpt came out great. I should have bought that for the head sculpt. But anyway.
You know what it was? It was the artistic suit. I'm very artistic things like that just pique my fancy.
That's
and so
fair.
I got because I don't have a Joker. And so that one did pique my fancy. The accelerated
I'll sell you my InArt Joker.
That's okay.
Natalie's like, nah. She's waiting for J&D. That's a
so okay. So you're getting me off on a tangent. The hair on InArts, it's glued. I didn't realize how it works. It's not just free falling, soft locks that you can push out of their face. That's frozen.
Oh, you're talking about the Harry Potter? Yeah.
Well, just in general. That's the one that
because I said in the review, I know people were going to ask me, show us the scar. And I was like, I'm not breaking this figure to show you the scar. I'm just not.
Yeah, you would have to, you would really have to move that stuff. But anyway, so with this one, what was that? You made me lose my train of thought. InArt. So what I think, obviously everybody wants early releases, but what I think is Hot Toys is really flexing here. So there's a lot of people, Kiko included, that are ticked off. They haven't gotten their figures. There's this huge InArt's the highest quality, but Hot Toys is the GOAT. Here comes Hot Toys now, and everybody's biggest complaint and gripe right now about InArt is how slow they are to release. And what does Hot Toys do? We are now pushing things out in months. This is the biggest flex. They came out, not only are they showing their cards, but they came out with a 21, right? Blackjack. They've released basically the whole movie, the whole family out before the pre-order window closes of an InArt figure.
Brilliant.
It's
The only thing that would be the nail in the coffin is if they said, "Here comes Wolverine, bitches!" by the end of the year.
Oh my gosh,
that would be crazy. That would be. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
I think they were able to do this. Well, I know they were able to do this because of the lack of head sculpt. So you don't have to worry about the licensing and the likeness and all that. Plus, this movie got delayed so many times. This gave them that in to do something like this. But the hair looks so good, and obviously it's not rooted, but it's definitely not the plastic hair that came with the original. Scarlet Witch or Black Widow, Barbie doll Black Widow, as I like to call her.
And this is just a ponytail too, which is a huge win.
It is, yeah. Much more simple.
And, you know, if this becomes frizzy or anything like that, you can literally put water in it, wrap it around a pencil, and blow dry it on high heat really fast.
Pro tip.
And then once you're done, blast it with cold air, one spritz of hairspray, and take the pencil out, and it will have that perfect curl. You can't not appreciate that, right? So anyway, yes, I think this is super neat. I think everybody's going to have their Deadpool family before the year is up. And if this is the direction they're going, not only are they upping their quality in competition with their competition, but now they're releasing things faster. This is what people want. Not just the quality piece, but people want their stuff faster, right? And I think this is a great move.
I would love to see this strategy moving forward, like be a continual ongoing thing. Like, for example, you know, say if we get excited about, you know, the Mando and Grogu movie coming out in 2026, right? Hot Toys has a Mando and Grogu set ready right when the film drops, right? Like that could be the type of shit that really gets you excited. Or maybe it drops like a month after the movie comes out, something like that. You're still in that hype mode, right? Like that's what they need. Like that's, you know, and I hope maybe they can work with Disney to get the concept art, you know, relatively quickly so they can produce accurate collectibles and get them out early. That would be great. So we did get some super chat, guys. Let's address those real quick, then move on to our next topic. X-Men Supreme, thank you so much, bro. He's absolutely dropping it. Thanks so much, man. I want these figures sooner, but all the Deadpools are all falling apart, it looks like, and they cost more. I'm good waiting. By the way, yeah, the Deadpools, I'm sure you guys have seen this. Have you seen that, Natalie?
No.
The first batch of initial Wade Wilson Deadpool 3 figures have had like ankle issues, like ankle peg issues. Like I know Dean Knight's broke. There were some others on Reddit that broke and stuff. So people have had those issues a little bit. It's kind of like
that happening. These are pegs. These are not new technology.
I don't know. I guess it's maybe something to do with the costume design, how the pegs are working. But I mean, not everyone has had problems, to be fair, but there have been some reported. Nice.
Was that a person or an animal?
It sounded like
my dogs.
Nice. I didn't even know you had dogs. I didn't even know that.
Yes, I have two. They're my little angels.
Nice. I'm going to get to visit them in October, so it's going to be exciting. But yeah, so that's definitely interesting. But Aaron Jones, thanks so much, bro. Speaking of accuracy, I wish Deadpool came with the Wolverine skeleton accessories, 100%. Luckily, 6Kiro_art is doing an awesome custom. I saw that. That actually looks amazing. Again, I would much rather prefer that than a Wade Wilson head sculpt, to be honest. Like, I feel like you'd use that more, you know what I mean? Because that opening scene is become iconic, dude. The bye scene. That's become
Bye hit the top charts on the music music charts again this last. It was all over the news like 2 days ago.
NSYNC is loving it.
Yeah, they are, dude. But honestly, I think there's a lot of figures again.
15-year-old and me is loving it. I'm like, on the radio and I'm like, hot dog.
there's a lot of like figures from this line that's I won't spoil for now. I mean, I know it's been a while, but that could still be made. There's a lot of cameos. They could absolutely go pretty deep with this line. So
yeah,
and they would sell. I mean, generally, I think honestly, there's a lot of figures that would sell. So let's move on to our next topic, guys. I think we got a lot of really good ones here. So I kind of want to ask about some of these here. Let's talk about, I guess, some of the big picture stuff because I have some graphics I want to show. Let's look at the Marvel announcements so far in 2024. And again, we still have, 4 months to go before the end of the year. So there's still plenty of time for things to be announced.
It's fucking depressing, by the way, if you think about it.
Honestly, it is, bro. And honestly, the year has gone by so fast. But Kiko, I got to ask the question, bro. I was sitting down looking at this list, and that's why I came up with this topic. Because sometimes, look, what'll happen is if there's not a lot of releases in a week, we got to find good topics that are interesting that people want to hear us talk about. So I'll look at big picture stuff. I'll look at the releases and say, like, what are the themes? What am I seeing? Like, what sort of trends am I noticing? And one of them, I was looking at the Marvel announcements from 2024, Kiko. And I was like, Like, I mean, like I guess some of it is like God Loki, of course, dopo for everyone. That's objectively, it's dopo for all people. The Wolverine is incredible. You know, the brown suit Wolverine from Hono, people were excited about. The Deadpool is great. Superior suit Spider-Man, people thought was great. Thirst Trap Wolverine, the best Black Widow ever made. Iron Man. But it's like, Kiko, I was expecting a little bit more. And right now, I feel like the Marvel summer, we talked about that. I get it. But I guess I'm just wanting more from Marvel this year, even though there's only been one Marvel film. I totally understand that. But I'm just looking at let's milk that nostalgia, basically. Let's milk that out of the collectors and say, like, hey, let's get some really good figures here. Give us a Corvus Glaive. Give us whatever else we want to see. You know, give us something new, but also old at the same time. The Artisan Thor we talked about, right? Kiko, Has this year been satisfying for Marvel collectors? What are your thoughts? Because these are all the announcements, by the way, thus far in August.
So let me preface by saying that they've not had a lot to work with as far as content, other than Deadpool and Wolverine. So they're like, okay, what are we going to do? So they obviously went to the comic line with Hono Studios, and I'm not in the Hono train. Like I thought I was going to be, but then I'm like, this just doesn't fit with what I have. So if you're looking at this list, okay, take the Hono ones out. No good. Unnecessary Spider-Man, great Loki. Ridiculous black suit Iron Man that I gave into on the hype, canceled. Great Logan, okay? Ridiculous Iron Man, don't need that. There's another Hono. The Deadpools are great. Kidpool, ridiculous. Mark 43 reissue, you don't need it. The Widow, beautiful. Tom Holland Spider-Man, I guess. Unnecessary Wolverine, cool-ish Ladypool. Like these are sitting kind of at like a B-, if I were to say. And the only thing that's saving them probably is God, Loki, and Wolverine.
You forgot the couch. Couch is it's just off. It's off screen.
And
it's
the
right
life-size Wolverine and Deadpool in the far left. So
okay, no one is getting that.
No.
Nobody that's watching this stream is actually getting that.
No one's
if you are, then go ahead and there's a fly on my thing. If you're getting that, go ahead and super chat me $10. All right, go ahead.
Kiko is honestly, I think the two best of the year are. I mean, it's clearly Loki, the Deadpool, and the Wolverine in my eyes, right? I think those are the best three. Some people would say Black Widow, though. Black Widow was, dude, people were super excited for that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but how many people, if you're looking at the six original Avengers, say, ooh, do you want Artisan Thor or Artisan Widow? Or do you want another Hulk or Artisan Widow? I mean, like, not shitting on this because, she's imperative. You have to have her. She's an original six Avenger. Like, if you're going back on history, she made the MCU. She really did. Her contributions are not negated at all. But it's probably the safest female artisan that you could do because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But I guarantee you more people probably would get an Artisan Thor or another Hulk. Just being honest.
It's true. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. So yeah, and answer the question in the chat. There have been, according to my data, 17 Marvel announcements in 2024 thus far. We're going to get to Star Wars. Don't worry. There have been 31 in Star Wars. I wasn't able to get them all on one page, to be honest. So like I had to put just kind of the highlights from my perspective. But Natalie, staying on this Marvel thing, has this year been satisfying? Because you were much more optimistic about the Marvel summer than I was. But what are your thoughts on this year so far?
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. That this was just a mid and this isn't what people really wanted. Like, I'm satisfied that this is what they released. I'm satisfied this is what they chose, and that they didn't, outside of the Iron Man situation that just happened, they didn't blatantly and obviously penny pinch for things people were just like, well, who asked for this? You can say that nobody wanted this Iron Man or Iron Spider, but I don't know. I think that was a great choice to do. Will they get the hair right? I don't know. I'm very, very skeptical that that's what that's going to look like. Thirst Trap Wolverine, yes. What else? Right? I think Widow is a good choice. Wanda, most people would say between the two, Widow.
Where's Wanda?
No, I'm saying with the artisan.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you
right,
said Wanda and I appeared.
Yeah, Kiko jumped up.
Right. Wanda was the first female artisan, right?
Yeah.
Was that the first artisan? No.
Joker. No, Joker was.
Joker and Anakin.
Yeah, Joker and Anakin. But I think that was an excellent choice. And, your options right now that exist, white suit, the head sculpts on both the white suit, black suit from Endgame are just okay. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but I didn't. It was so stoic and it barely had expression as it was. And then you couldn't, like, if you posed her in one way, she looks like she's looking off into a distant, like, sunset. Like this, you can dynamic, you can move her eyes. I think it was a great choice. What?
I said sun's getting real low. That's her thing.
I'm just saying you're wrong because those are beautiful Widow figures.
Yeah, Kiko loves the white suit.
I love the white suit.
I'm mostly with you, Natalie. I don't think they've nailed a head sculpt before this one. I think this is,
and I hope they deliver. I hope they deliver for sure.
You know what it is? So just like Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett Johansson's eyes don't exactly look straightforward, right? Mm-hmm. Beautiful woman, but they don't exactly look straightforward. She appears on
She's got
SNL.
goo-goo eyes. She's got weird eyes.
She appears on SNL very often because her husband is Colin Jost, and he's always on there.
Hilarious.
And so I get to watch all of her skits, and you can see that she looks just a little bit like, it's just a little bit Benedict Cumberbatch.
She's got like a lazy eye.
It's not lazy. It's just
But Benedict's got the same thing.
Look, no. Go watch.
I'm
go
shook
watch
right
some
now.
SNL skits. You'll see what I'm saying. Anyway, so I think that with the sculpts that they try to do of her, I don't know if they're trying to get that or if they're not. Maybe that's what's throwing it off. Either way, now you can roll them yourself and make them look exactly the way you want. I think it looks great. So I don't know.
I will say, Natalie, you do have a point. And if we're being on the optimistic side, this is the best Wolverine ever made. This is the best Deadpool ever made. This is the best Loki ever made. This is the best Black Widow ever made. But is that enough? Are we asking for too much? Like,
yes, I think you are. What do you want them to do? What do you? So hey, Hot Toys, look here. If they try anything else right now, if they do their Corvus Glaive, if they do anything else right now while Marvel is low, they're almost guaranteed to put their chips in a losing hand. Wait until the next round. This Deadpool movie is reinvigorating a fan base. There's supposed to be some really good movies coming out. We already know that Tony Stark, right, while dead, Robert Downey Jr. is not, and he's coming back. So there's a lot of excitement that I think is about to happen. I think they're better off saving their hand, waiting for Marvel to make its grand return, and then dropping the side characters when they're going to sell. They're not going to sell right now. If you do anything besides a main character, it's not going to produce them any profit from it. So pick your main 3, your main 5, re-release those as artisans, the tried and true, and then wait.
That makes a lot of damn sense, Natalie.
Yeah.
Natalie is a smart businesswoman. There's no doubt about it. Natalie's got some logic she's dropping on us right now. So Corvus Glaive is coming. It sounds like just later. Yeah. So, but
that's what I said. Those are the words.
Exactly. That's how I interpreted it. We got a super chat, Caden. Thanks so much, bro. Caden, shout out to you, bro. Thanks so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate you for joining us. We got another super chat. X-Men Supreme. Are you not entertained, Natalie G? That's pretty much what she did. She just dropped the mic on all of us. So yeah, absolutely, bro. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. And guys, look, Artisan Thor, I'm with you, bro. Artisan Thor 100% needs to happen. That's the big one. I think that's the one that's really going to get everyone on board. That one in the queue might be harder. I think that one, it depends how many units they make, but it has
a version as well.
I think Avengers 1.
Sure. I don't think anyone wants Dark World, honestly. I hate to say that.
Dark World. I think it's got to be Avengers 1.
And certainly not Love and Thunder, I can tell you that. Like, even if they put him in like that Ravager suit, like, no, like, I'm out on that.
And honestly, it's a good looking figure for the Love and Thunder one, but it's just the film. It's like it's okay, but Avengers 1 is, I think, what you got to go for. I do hope they make an artisan Loki from Avengers 1 at some point too, but that might be way down the road. So because they already made an artisan Loki. So nonetheless, guys, let's keep the trend rolling. Let's talk about big picture Star Wars 2024. Kiko loves my hyperbolic topics here, my hyperbolic headlines, because has there ever been a better year for Star Wars Hot Toys? Let me just show you a brief picture here, okay? Because look, there have been, I think it was what I said, 31 announcements. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, 31 announcements as far as my data is concerned, as far as Hot Toys Star Wars announcements in 2024, and we're in August, right? We have another quarter to the year. There's still a lot of stuff probably to be announced. I couldn't fit them all on one photo. This is like maybe 16 or 17 on one photo. I just took the highlights of what I thought were the highlights, in my opinion, what people talked about, what I'm excited about, so forth, and threw them all on this page. This is a damn good page. This is a damn good page of announcements. This is really, really good. And there have been some announcements in 2023, Thrawn and some others that were exceptional too. There were some really good ones. This is just 2024. Kiko, I mean, if there's been a better year for Star Wars Hot Toys announcements, I can't fucking remember it, because this is top tier right here. Kit Fisto came out of the graveyard, a Darth Maul 2.0, Empire Luke Skywalker, which I don't care about, but people, you never thought you'd get that. Darth Revan, Starkiller, a Battle Damage Vader, a new Palpatine, Scorch, for God's sake, dude. Anakin, Thirst Trap Anakin. I mean, dude, Shin and Balin. Kiko, has there ever been a better year? Let's figure this out. What do you think?
So, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. As the Star Wars guy, that's what as I say, is that this, I mean, we eating good. We are eating good. And if you honestly, Will, would have told me that Darth Revan ever would have been a pre-order option, I would have said, fuck off. And because we never saw that. Then add in Star Killer, whoa, okay, not the one I wanted. Obviously, I would love to see like the Galen Merrick, Sam Witwer head. That would be awesome. Maybe it's an exclusive one day. If you just what you put on this list, the only things that are ass probably are the Droideka, whatever you want to call it. We thought about that one time.
Yeah, that was funny.
But it's Droidekas. That's what it is. And honestly, maybe it's because I was drunk. I wish I wouldn't have ordered the Luke. I wish I wouldn't have pre-ordered that. You got
the sculpt one. You didn't get the sculpted one?
No, I got the artisan one because I was drunk on the cruise.
Oh, I thought you didn't buy it. I thought you told me you didn't buy it.
No, for some reason I had internet access and somehow I joined the queue.
Okay.
So given the option, if this ends up getting delayed, this one's getting canceled. 100%. Those are the only two real misses. I mean, how long was I saying Shin win, and they're not only did they do Shin, but they did Balin, which I think is the better of the two figures. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't wait to see how those turn out. Probably the weakest figure outside of the Droideka and Luke is probably the Han, just because of the controversial hair, but damn, absolute heat. And you even get some things resurrected. Who would have thought Grievous actually would come? You're getting Echo and Fives, which were Sideshow exclusives for years, and then Kit Fisto, whichever one you better, for those like, oh, I want it, you better pre-order that bitch, because for all the people that said that, I want Kit, I want to see them in your collection, because put your money where your mouth is. I mean, this is great. Like, I could go on and on because these are so great.
Echo and Fives for the Trooper fans, which I understand now.
Yeah, I just don't see anything to where you're like, I don't need this one. Outside of Luke, I need all of these, except for Droideka and Luke. I'm sorry. Those are the only two. I'm like, I don't need these. Every single one of these are pre-ordered. And
did you get Mando Obi-Wan?
Yeah, he's right there. He's already in here.
Oh, gotcha.
And somebody asked me, it actually came on my watch. They said, is the sculpt for Mando Obi-Wan the same as General Kenobi? Yes. The paint, everything is 100% the exact same. Someone asked me that. If you're watching, otherwise I'll message you later because I don't have my phone. I just have my watch on it. But yeah, I do have that. He's wearing his helmet because I think he looks great in The Mandalorians. But this is good. If you're a Star Wars fan, this is exciting. And I can't wait to see, honestly, what's next. If there's any Acolyte figures, I'm going to save a lot of fucking money for sure. Because I don't need a single one of those. Y'all can cancel season 2 if that ever comes out. Just give me the good shit. And look at this. This is all the stuff from the good shit.
Well, Kiko, and people in the chat,
there is not a sequel figure on there.
No, unfortunately,
not a single one.
I mean, it'd probably be definitely the best year if there were. But I will say, Kiko, people in the chat are saying we haven't even gotten the Chewbacca announcement yet, or Jar Jar.
Yeah. And so we'll get to that at the end of this about a video I'm working on about being high on hopium. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get there.
That sounds great, actually. But yeah, I mean, honestly, on this list, I'm getting Darth Maul, Grievous, Star Killer, Revan, Balin, and Shin, and Palpatine. So I'm getting about half.
That's a lot for you, bro, for sure.
Yeah,
for someone
it is.
Who said I need to be selective, especially on how many Star Wars figures I have. That just shows you the heat that they're dropping for sure.
I mean, you can't pass on Revan, dude. I might honestly I might buy 2 because
you got the coin, right?
What'd you say? You
got the coin, right?
I got the coin for that one. And him and Star Killer, I got the coin. Because Revan, dude, Revan's one of my favorites, dude. I mean, like, I sold the statue specifically to get the hot toy. Because I was like, well, I need space for it. I need to put Ellie and Joel up there. So that's what I'm doing. But nonetheless, dude, Kiko, are you getting all of these on this list?
Unfortunately, the Luke, I need to figure out a way to offload. Not getting the Droideka, but everything else is pre-ordered. Yes.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
Okay. This is a lot. Natalie, where are you at on this list? What are your thoughts here?
Look, you can already see behind. When I started putting my display together earlier this year, I had so many empty cubbies that all had little like hopes and dreams for them. And I am already out of space. And I'm looking around my room like, what can I do? I'm already talking about this wall and that wall. And it's like, whatever, just, I don't want to know about it. Just get it done before the guys come. I'm like, okay.
That's the way to do it now.
But there's just so many like, so Kit Fisto, I ordered it and canceled it same day. And then I ordered it again and canceled it same day. Because right at the end of the day, I was like, oh, all right, maybe if I change my mind, I'll do it again tomorrow. So the fact that I keep doing that just tells me I should probably not do it. Grievous came out. That's an instant pre-order. I obviously, Darth Maul is missing from my wall, and he can't be for much longer. So he's coming home. Fives has to come home. I gotta like pick the ones and like, I just can't do them all. Han Solo, this is one. I'm sitting there looking at him like, I know I don't have much time left. I've got to make a decision. I'm like, will Chewie come out though? And then they just announced this or showed something. I'm like, gosh, why did they do this so far apart? Because you know the way it is now, right? If you don't get Han, he's going to be gone soon. And then it's going to be a waitlist nightmare. And then Chewie's going to come out and you know any chance of getting him is gone. And so like I'm feeling a lot of anxiety right now. So I don't know what to do about it. But as far as the other ones, I don't have a Kiko wall. That's what I call it, the Kiko wall. I don't have a Kiko wall. I wish I did. I'm jealous that he gets to get all of these things.
With God, all things are possible, Nat.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. But this has been a crazy year for Star Wars. This has been, I've never been more grateful that because I told you guys how I started getting into Star Wars collecting. I was only collecting Marvel. I said, I can't do it to myself. If I start collecting Star Wars, then I'm going to want everything. I can't do it to myself. Attack of the Clones, Anakin, and Mando Luke came out around the same time. And I was watching your stream and you're talking about Mando Luke and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want that, like really, really bad. And then Attack of the Clones, Anakin came out. I was like, that's it. I've got to do it. I ended up never even getting Mando Luke. The figure that made me jump into the pool, I ended up not getting because it was one of those, it's overproduced. It's going to be there. I'm going to wait for it to get lower and lower. And before you knew it, I had so many figures, I didn't have space for it. And so now here I am all this time later. But it's just been an exciting year. All of the things that they're releasing, I never thought that they would. So I'm super happy. I don't talk about Darth Revan. I don't think I'm allowed to anymore.
Yeah, you're banned.
But he is really freaking cool. And he's the only one besides Mace Windu who has a purple lightsaber, which is like super that's a sexy lightsaber. I like that one.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
I will say,
Natalie, I'm banned from Echo and 5, so it's fine. I'm with you.
Okay, good.
You're banned from any trooper as well as Bad Batch. Like, I'm so disappointed in you on that, Will.
Yeah, also Batman Returns. I'm banned on that too. Yeah.
Like half of pop culture you're banned from.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like sequels are kind of my forte, but no one cares about that except for me. So I think my expertise has gone to waste on that one. But
and there's folks talking in the chat right now too, like Jar Jar, if that comes out.
Yeah, Jar Jar's it's the Chewbacca, right? So we haven't even gotten that yet. So I mean, that's a dopo for all three of us, I know, and a lot of people in the chat. I mean, that's awesome. But yeah, Revan, I cannot wait, man. That's Grievous too. I immediately ordered that Grievous. Like Star Killer, same. Like I had to get those. Darth Maul, dude, that couldn't go for pre-order fast enough. And Kiko and I have the original. We have the original, and I'm keeping it, and I'm hoping it should work. Putting the second head
magnetic head sculpt
right on the old body.
I'm worried because they've been doing those the way the
Tom Holland one,
the necks and the attachments to the heads for the rolling eyes, they have been a little bit different. I am worried but I'm willing to almost customize it to try to rip it out because the head sculpts are just too damn good.
Right, exactly. Safefull does have a point. Will's banned from Empire Strikes Back Chewie. That's true. I did call it Return of the Jedi, so I'm banned from that as well. So I'm banned from a lot of things, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts on the Star Wars announcements of 2024. Again, we have a whole nother quarter for Marvel and Star Wars. So Hot Toys, bring us what you got. We'll see if our wallets can handle it. We've already pushed them to the absolute brink, but we're gonna see kind of how that goes. You know what, Kiko? I had to bring this topic back around for you because the Iron Man D23. Natalie, we got to talk about this. This is super important because look, this is a D23 exclusive. It was a little bit different with the Captain America. I don't, from my recollection, think that you could buy that on the Disney Store website, but this Iron Man you can, and they've actually been offering free shipping. Use the code, I think Magic or Disney, something like that. So we'll probably go through this topic relatively quickly. But Kiko, has the FOMO dried up here? Because this is an exclusive figure by all intents and purposes. I mean, they never put a number on it as far as I'm aware, but you had to get it through the Disney Store. It's a D23 exclusive. I don't know how many they made of these, but has the FOMO dried up here? Like, is it one where people aren't feeling like they have to rush to get to the pre-order button just because it's exclusive? You saw that with the Chrome Cody. You saw that with even the Batman Joker. Of course, the Joaquin Joker, the artisan version. We're starting to see the FOMO dry up a little bit as people are getting pushed past their limit. What do you think about this Iron Man here?
Lots to say from this, but I don't think you're far off. But I also think it's apples and oranges with what you're asking. This could not be a less exciting release. As I jumped on the stream last week, for a moment before I jumped to my tomato festival that wasn't a tomato festival. Did I tell you about that?
No, you didn't tell me how it went.
Oh my fuck. Okay. Can I have 28 seconds?
Yeah, dude, go for it. Tell the story.
The East Nashville Tomato Fest is a worldwide tomato festival that they're like, oh man, this is a huge thing. So we get there. What would you think that you would sit there and see? Tomatoes, right?
Lots of tomatoes, yeah.
There wasn't a single fucking tomato there. It's an art festival. There's no food. Bro, there's no food. Like I told you, is that we went there thinking that we're gonna have like some pasta and some salsa and like all that. Like, wow, we're gonna try out all these different like tomato.
Yeah, food. Tomato ice cream.
Yeah, I even chatted with Marco about that. I'm like, bro, like this is not what I thought. The place was packed. We had to literally walk 3/4 of a mile from where we parked to get to the actual like venue or the street where it all was. Super cool atmosphere. Zero tomato products. So. Don't call it a tomato. It's a tomato and art festival is what it's called. There was no tomatoes there either way.
That's wild.
So I think I got it under 28 seconds. But either way, I said last week that if you were going for this, you were just simply like a FOMO, like clout chaser and all that stuff. Because this is so unnecessary. As I said a minute ago, it's like kind of apples and oranges. This one is not what the other two have been. Like the original D23 cap was the Endgame cap. It was the biggest movie of all time, literally the biggest movie of all time. Everyone wanted a piece of that, you know, but it was kind of a modified version. It was lesser than the actual Endgame cap that we got. So that's a different type of thing. Fast forward to, because I think every other year they have D23. I'm not even for sure on the like timelines, but like 2 years ago they had the D23 Spider-Man. Everyone's like, oh my fuck, the churro with the Avengers, you know, campus Spidey, which I think, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man suit that I have. I really do think it's the best Spider-Man suit that I have. I think it's super cool, beautiful, and I got the churro. That's great. But this, we've seen so many Iron Man at this point, and it's not new, bro. This is literally just the Mark 85 with a shawarma and a few different painted legs. That's it. That's it. And when you are looking at like hundreds of dollars, especially for the Iron Man thing, the price is just not there. I think the Avengers Campus Spider-Man was like $230 or $40 or something like that. This is $400. That's twice. And as I said last week, if this is the only Iron Man you have, then sure, go for it. If you never had an Iron Man and this is the one you want, go for it. If you have any other Iron Man, stop this. This is foolish trying to continue to go for this because it's not in a film. It is nothing like the 85. It's just literally red legs. It's a Tomato Fest leg. That's all it is. And going back to what you said, then I'll be done, is that I don't think the FOMO's dried up, but I do think some people are being more selective because over the past 3 weeks, it's like exclusive, Q. Get in. And everyone's like, whoa, shit. Like, Will, I think you streamed what, every day last week?
It was every day. Yep. It was 4 live drops and then we had a live stream. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not the dude rolling the cash either, but most people can't just pick off every single one and be like, yep, that's mine. We have to be selective. We're a country that's $35 trillion in debt. And I'm willing to bet people watching this stream are probably a few dollars in debt too. And so you're like, gee, do I really want to go $12,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 in debt just so I can have the new exclusive? I hope people are saying, you know what, I would much rather either collect memories or be responsible or something. This is not one I need. So I don't think FOMO's dried up, but I think people are starting to say, whoa, I do need to be a little selective.
Right. It's a lot of money that we're dropping on these figures. And again, we showed all the Star Wars figures, all the Marvel figures. It's a lot. There's a lot of heat right now. And again, that's not even the fan or not. InArt figures, you got third-party figures. You got a lot of stuff that you're thinking about here. A lot of stuff to consider. Maybe you collect some statues. I just dropped the $2,000 on that Levi statue. I mean, again, like there's a lot to consider for people. So yeah. And Natalie, what are your thoughts on this? You know, this is sitting on the Disney store. As the FOMO dried up for people, or is this just kind of unappealing to most? What do you think?
There was never FOMO for this. There was, I think there was just like a piqued interest because when this got loaded, I saw on, I think it was on Facebook, someone had posted like, hey, it's live, it's on Disney and use this code for free shipping. And he posted a screenshot and it said like 39,000 people in queue. It's like, geez, that's insane because they're reaching to like an entire new market, right? Disney market.
Right.
And how is it still sitting there? They didn't make 39,000 of these. So that just means 39,000 people went on the website, sat in queue, looked at how poorly this thing is posed and said, this looks like a $10
those
toy.
are abysmal for sure. The posing's been terrible.
They are a little bit rough, yeah.
And then like you're just gonna put the accessories flat on the floor like that. It just looks like you sprinkled some broken parts around him. Disney, do better. This looks terrible. And it looks, there's no difference. Like there's a couple gold pieces. They didn't even try to make, this is the laziest, most unappealing version of exclusive release.
And no head sculpt. Preach, Natalie.
No head sculpt. Give me head sculpt. No, I don't really care if he came with a head sculpt, but come with something new. Change it a little. At least all of the Mark 7s they've released are like silver or shiny chrome or all gold or literally any other color. You could have made it pink. You could have made it pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and a bunch of people would have bought it. But this is just lazy and I don't approve. No.
That's a great, that's
and I do think FOMO might be drying up just a little. Like think about the Joker sat there for a day almost. That was shocking to me. The Artisan Joker.
Oh yeah, it like 5 or 6 hours probably. Yeah, it lasted for a while.
Yeah, it went up. I got in the queue. I bought it. Super excited. Finished up my day job. Came back and it was still there.
Yep.
Like something seems strange. At first I thought, the conspiracy fly that is Kiko was buzzing around in my head. Like, how many of these did they make? They didn't make no 15 or 3,000. This seems. But then I'm reading the comments. Everyone's like, yeah, easy pass. I bought the InArt. It's like, okay, I get it. It makes sense. But you would think it would have just sold out much quicker. So I think maybe there's a little bit of that because what was it? 000? The
000, yeah.
Yeah, the silver C3PO. That sold out. No one even, maybe 10 people knew what that was. But they all bought it. Kiko. What? You're looking at me like I'm nuts.
I was gonna say, you're fringing on Darth Revan territory. Be careful.
Right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, 000. That guy's my favorite. He's wonderful. He was great in that literature I read that one time.
It is from a comic book. Great job. Thank you.
There you go. See, perfect. I will say though, like from Justin's video here, thanks to the chat, by the way, who asked us to pull this up. I mean, there's very minor differences. Like this is very, like Kiko said, very similar. And again, if you are able to spot those differences and you like that and you like the suit, dude, go do your thing, man. I think that's great. Just it's not at all for me. It's never was going to be one I was interested in. I mean, I have the Mark 7. That's always going to be my favorite, and the 85 battle damage. So like, but again, if you're an Iron Man collector and you want every Iron Man, that's a little bit different. Like you're like, okay, I want this, and you want something exclusive. I get that, but I think like you guys are saying, to me, the FOMO has dried up a little bit because I think not everything is essential. And we're starting to realize that with all these exclusives because it feels essential in the moment because it's exclusive. But then you realize, oh, fuck, like my budget is already extended. Like I can't get this Iron Man, right? Mm-hmm. We have to pull ourselves back. That's what I think that's what happened with Joaquin, to be honest. I think there was already 3 drops that week. Like people had already pre-ordered other stuff. People already bought the InArt. People were like, how far can I take this? And I think that's what happened. So
that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, I think so. So I think we did have, let's see here, another super chat. So X-Men Supreme, thanks so much, bro. All these figures and a Tomato Fest elevator pitch. Someone pinch me, dude. It's crazy times, X-Men Supreme. Thanks so much, bro. That is still insane to me though, that we like there was essentially no tomatoes at the festival. It was all art. That's insane.
The worst tragedy, what does he say?
Myron, by the way. Well, let me know if you still want that exclusive Black Widow since I appeared the regular version. Oh, yeah, Myron's been offering me that Black Widow. Guys, do you want to see me review the Black Widow? Like, Myron's offering it to me, to buy from him. So, I don't know. Myron, I'll think about it, bro. It's a generous offering. Kiko, before you jump in, Cadence Castle had another one. I feel like the seamless Wolverine will fall apart. It's possible. It's definitely possible. But I think Hot Toys is getting better, I think. So, we don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I just say don't pose him all crazy though. Like don't put him up like flexing and shit and like have him like you're gonna tear that thing. Like it's do it briefly, get some photos, and then kind of go from there. So anyway, Kiko, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that in addition to the Tomato Fest not being a Tomato Fest, for someone who loves their libations, because the family was in town, Justin and Kristen were here. So we decided, hey, let's find the alcohol truck. And bitch, I told you, we ended up getting like both Amy and I ended up getting a double pour of it's like some vodka lemonade, $50 for 2 of them.
Bro,
$50. And I maybe it's just because it was hot. I didn't taste a bit of alcohol in that. I was like, what is going on here?
And you got on the rock for $17, dude. No way.
Shameful.
That's
It's shameful.
You could have bought a Deadpool head sculpt for.
That's true.
That's
true.
an NRD. That's legit an NRD. Right
not an NRD. That's a full cost of product.
You could have bought the head sculpt, the bald head sculpt. You could have bought that for that alcohol. That's crazy. X-Men Supreme, thanks so much, bro. Do you think having the Mark 80 on the Disney store affected the hype for it? I think, honestly, you guys have a good point in the chat. Why didn't they just use Hot Toys photos? Like, was there some sort of legal reason they couldn't? Like, why not just use those? They look great. They're blogger photos. They're good. I think that would have sold more units if you had those, to be honest. Especially if someone doesn't know what Hot Toys really are and they go into that and they're like, it doesn't look like it's worth $400. If it's not posed well, you know what I mean? I think that could get people. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. We're going to move on to our next topic. I think we got time for one more. Let's go full Kiko. Let's revisit this conspiracy here because we had a conspiracy theory about the leaks. We need to revisit this because Kiko and I were ready to eat crow on this one. And I still think I'm probably ready to eat crow on that one because I think we were technically wrong. But Kiko, and I want to get Natalie's thoughts too, obviously. We got to weigh in on this. We got to revisit this thing because this was this apparent Hot Toys leak, right? About all these things that were going to be shown. And like, it's been like half true so far, right? It's been like, of course, we got the General Grievous, we got the Scourge. We haven't seen the Hono Thor yet. You know, we haven't seen the Deluxe Artisan Darkseid Anakin, which is going to break the internet when that happens. And we saw the old Battle Damage T800, but we haven't seen it actually announced for pre-order yet. It was shown at ACGHK, but it was just the old one. Maybe that's what this list was of things like we're going to show, but they haven't shown Darkseid Anakin. So it hasn't been entirely true yet. Kiko. How confident are we? Because remember, we kind of 180'd and we said, okay, these leaks were true and we were wrong. Are we still 180'd? Are you still feeling? Are you still firm in your position?
So let me get my conspiracy voice going on here. So this is a weird. It's there's no way to know for sure. So everything they're about to say, no one's getting ready to say anything that's definitive. So let's just go ahead and throw that out there. This is all just fun and trying to figure it all out. As I said, Will, coming real soon, there's a new video about being high on hopium. And a lot of us hope for a lot of things. And we get our mindset thinking that, oh, this is the way it's going to be. And we almost hallucinate and try to will into existence things that aren't actually going to happen. Now, I think because behind wherever there's smoke, there's fire. You've heard that. And I think behind every crazy theory, there's a little bit of truth. And I think there's a little bit of truth to this. I think whoever random person is that leaked this, let's start at the very top. HKACG. We know, I wish we would have saw that originally. I wish I would have saw that for sure, because that obviously is saying these are what's going to be shown off at this convention. ACGHK, I guess, whatever. So I think there literally was somebody that possibly was in the shipping department or some low intern that saw them packing all this shit up. Okay. And they're like, oh, bitch, this is going to break the internet. And they're like, I'm going to make a Reddit thread. Here we go.
Yeah. Right.
And they probably saw, no doubt, some of these things as we saw, because we saw the T800. Now you said we didn't see the Hono Thor. We did see the Hono Thor.
I was wrong. Chat corrected me on that. So apologies.
Okay. I don't read the chat. But I think we've really kind of dialed back the fact that the Darkseid Anakin may have been the Battle Damage Vader, you know, whatever it may be. You could and Scorch was on there. You could definitely make the case that somebody saw something, because there's almost too many coincidences. But this is the wet dream of what everybody wants. The Darkseid Anakin, the T800. I think the new Predator is on there. Do you have the translation of what these?
Yeah, on the very far right. It's hard to see.
Can you make that up? What is it? I mean, sorry.
So it's like a Darkseid Anakin. There's a Samurai Deadpool.
Okay, we got General Grievous, the 212. We didn't get that. Hono Thor, Superman. We didn't get. Samurai Deadpool. So a lot of people were talking that these different DX releases could have been all kinds of things. The artisan things. We don't know. there's a lot of really specific ones on there that you're like, like if you were able to get Scorch and Terminator and some type of Anakin, you're like, okay, maybe there's something to. I mean, I'll say I think somebody saw something, and maybe they brought a bunch of stuff, but they didn't put it all out. That's a possibility. And they're like, oh, you know, we're not ready to show this dark side Anakin, and they kept it in the box. So how confident are we about this leaks list? I think somebody saw something, was going to this conference, and that's it. That's all I can say. That's it.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm confident though. I believe that it's actually happening because there's too many coincidences on here. And again, you know, we got the Grievous, we got you know, the Hono.
The standout for me is the T800. Most people, I mean, because people want that, and we saw one. Who would have? Granted, I like I said, a new video is coming out about Hopium. It's an old figure. It literally, they put out an old figure. Same thing with the Predator. So I don't know. Maybe it's just like a, hey, check this out. I know you guys want to see this, and get people talking. I don't know, but
the way a lot
of coincidences.
Yeah, the way I choose to interpret it is that this is just my hopium here. I'm hoping.
I want to hear you do the conspiracy voice. Will, I want to see what you got.
No, dude, I can't do it like you do. I'm not the voice actor you are. But I will say, here's what I would say. I would say that I believe that the Terminator was shown because Hot Toys is like, we're working on a new one. And this is us telling you we are, but we're going to show you the old one because it's not real.
What are you going to give me when, obviously, I end up bailing and say, I'm not waiting till the end of the year. What are you going to do when there is no Terminator and you said,
I've maintained all along. I was like, wait till the end of the year. I know I have 4 months for Terminator. Yep. I don't know. I can give you, I don't know. I'll give you an NRD. I'll give you
Thanks,
like
buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to give me the bald.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get you the bald. Yeah, that'd be a good gift. Natalie, these Hot Toy leaks. You got your tinfoil hat on. Is this true? Is it not true? What are your thoughts?
I think Kiko nailed it. I think that's exactly what happened. I think.
Can I hear your voice, Natalie?
I don't know how to do it as good as Kiko.
You get a round of applause for trying.
Channel my inner smoker voice. I think he nailed it. I think they put together the list of what they wanted to bring to the convention. They said, well, let's bring the Terminator, right? Because we're going to be working on that. Or let's just get the hype up for it. Let's bring this. They put the list together. I think there might be an Old Man Logan, maybe in production. Like maybe if it's ready, let's bring that. Samurai Deadpool. I wonder if that's just a translation thing, right? Because Deadpool has samurai swords. There's his family, maybe it translated to, you know, the samurai. I don't know. But the fact that Terminator, the old one, was on display, and Dark Side Anakin. The Dark Side, Darth Vader, that was Dark Side, right? That's a Dark Side figure.
Yeah, it kind of is a Anakin. I mean, it's like, yeah.
It's literally Anakin's burnt head.
Right.
It's Anakin. So I think that's what that was. I think that was the Dark Side Anakin. And I think because it says deluxe Anakin.
It did say artisan edition there, Natalie. And I'm sorry to cut you off, but it did say artisan edition. It's not an artisan. So I'm holding out hope.
That's true. That's true.
I'm holding out hope.
Yeah. Again,
Kiko needs his Anakin, Natalie. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Fingers crossed. But I think Kiko nailed it. I think this was a list of the figures they had to pack for a convention, or it was a list of something someone saw. And someone dropped it, someone left it on a printer, and that's how this happened.
Which we appreciate because it gives us content.
It does. Yeah. It does. It makes for good speculation and good conversation. But look, the Artisan Thor, I think we're all excited for that. A new Terminator, we all want to see that. I mean, they know 2024 has been the wet dream year. I mean, to be honest, that's what it's been. That's the whole year has been like, what is all the shit that people have always asked us to make that we never wanted to make and we never were going to make, but now we're going to because we don't have new films.
I mean, that's what we said like 8 months ago. Like, with all this stuff, nothing happening. What's Hot Toys going to do? Apparently, just jerk us off and be like, is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's what I want. Oh, fuck. And that's what we do. We order it all. That's what we do.
And it worked. They jerked us off well. I mean, like, I think overall, I think we're satisfied, right? Yeah. It's a happy ending. I mean, it's like, we got 4 more months for it to get happier. So I think it's been pretty
reload and re-go.
There you go. But then Hot Toys is going to celebrate No Nut November. So then they're not going to jerk us off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I don't believe in that, by the way.
You don't? Okay, gotcha.
No.
Well, I heard. Well, I mean, you're the conspiracy guy, so I mean, I feel like your luck goes away if you.
As someone who is happily married, I do not participate in that holiday.
Good to know. Good to know. So we got another super chat from Myron. Thanks so much for a shout out to Myron. What D23 announcements has got you guys most excited about? Also, does the new Star Wars Skeleton Crew D+ series remind you of the Goonies? Yes, to the final question. And what's got us most excited? Kiko and I had a long conversation about this, actually. The Daredevil looked really good, actually. Andor looked really good. What else was shown, Kiko? I don't. What else? I forget the trailers we saw.
Thunderbolts was teased.
That looked good.
Yeah, I don't know. That was leaked. Thunderbolts looks good. It's kind of it. As most people said, it's Thunderbolts with an asterisk. So most people are going to change the title by the end of the movie, which is cool. Kind of like what they did with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It turned into Captain America and the Winter, and I'm talking about, and the White Wolf or whatever.
Yeah, right.
But that's cool. So apparently, at the end of the Thunderbolts, they're going to change it to either the Dark Avengers or something like that, which that could be cool. But can I be honest?
Yeah, dude, go for it.
The thing that I'm most excited for from D23 is the Villains Land that they're building at Disney.
Oh, nice. Okay, gotcha.
So as someone who loves his villains, like this, it's going to be its own villains world, because the guy was out there presenting, and then like Hellfire, which is from Hunchback of Notre Dame, started playing, and then like the guy from the Mirror from whatchamacallit, Snow White.
Nice.
It's like, you have found a place where you have hauled this darkness, and you must give it to us, type of thing. But I can't wait to see Scar and all the evil people in there. So I like that, because they around Halloween they have like a Disney After Dark that is just all the villains essentially, which is really cool. I can't wait for a full land of this. This is gonna be sweet.
So now this is what it takes to get Kiko to Florida. Is what we needed.
Right. That's what I'm hearing.
Evil is what I need.
Yeah, this is what we needed to get him there. So, but yeah, I would say overall, I mean, to me, I don't know if you saw them, Natalie, but I would say Andor season 2 also looks very strong. Ben
Mendelsohn Krennic.
That's true. People, the crowd went crazy. Also, honestly, there was like there was very little shown. Kiko, the Mando movies kind of got me hype. Like, I kind of want to see.
Don't give in. We don't know if Filoni's going to shit the bed or not. Like,
I know, but I got hope, dude. Rebellions are built on hope, so so we're gonna go with it. Wrestling $2. I don't know. Thanks so much for the super chat. I'm gonna try to read this one. I hope I'm not saying anything terrible here that I'm being tricked into. I hope for Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got you. That should actually be a figure.
I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but
yeah, that should
character says that.
That should be a figure, dude. The Minions. The Minions. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, honestly, I have a feeling he might get made. Like, I have a feeling that he might.
I hope so.
Well, would
you rather have him or the guy that walks in retarded?
Oh, dude, honestly, I'd probably take the second. I'd probably take the latter. But I would say, honestly, there have been discussions with Kevin Feige apparently about a movie.
Interesting. So, that's cool.
That would be cool, actually. I would like. It would be a different variant. You couldn't make him sort of silly like he was. I think he would have to be more.
Honestly, I want Lara. I want X-23. Everyone knows who's in it. I want that.
She was in the trailer, so it's fine. How you figured, Justin? Thanks so much, bro. It's a happy ending. Will looking directly at the camera like Jin Halpert. Dude, great stream, everyone. Tomato Fest, Natalie, Conspiracy Boys had it all. Thanks so much, bro. Shout out to him, man. Check out Justin's channel. Great dude over there.
This is why we're the best stream in the entire game, because that's what you get.
Dude, it is true. It is fun. I mean, we like to bring a good show. So I think we do that pretty effectively. So, and it's good. It's all about the chemistry, dude. It's all about the teamwork and the chemistry. And Natalie just cringing at all the shit that you and I say. Mostly me. Mostly me. But thanks so much, Justin. Guys, check him out. Awesome dude. So yeah, I do look at the camera a lot. I've done that since I started streaming because I love The Office, bro. So it's almost like instinct at this point. I love The Office. Anytime someone says something, I'm just like looking at the camera. So I do that. If you want to go back and watch the streams, you can see me doing that quite frequently. That said, guys, we're going to wrap it there. Thank you so much for joining us. Kiko, I heard you have a new video coming out. I'm not sure where I heard it, but something about hopium. Is that correct?
Yes. And so I was actually really proud of the thumbnail. I was able to grab Amy's inhaler, and I got a picture because I'm working on my thumbnails. You know about this.
Yeah, right. I like them, actually. I like them.
I'm trying to do some things to boost some stuff on the channel. And so I grabbed Amy's inhaler, and I got me going like on it. And so it's high on hopium. Because I think we as collectors get too high on hope. And you think these things are going to come. And going back to Jurgen Schultz, who's on Facebook, up until today, there was 106 revealed characters or figures that have never made it into production. 106. That's a lot.
That's
in the graveyard. 106 figures in the graveyard. Now take Kidpool out because he was shown. We have 105 now. So I think we make a lot of decisions as collectors that we shouldn't, thinking that all these figures are coming out. Just because you see it doesn't mean it's coming, because you are high on hopium saying, oh, fuck, I got to sell this. I got to make room for this right now, because until you see a reveal or a release, let's pump the brakes. And that's what this whole video is about, is stop being high on hopium.
Dude, I'm all about it, man. I think that's going to be awesome. So, guys, check out Kiko Collects. Link in the description below.
May drop tomorrow, maybe Sunday, depending on analytics. You know.
Oh, nice. Okay, dude. Honestly, it's all about those analytics. So, I will say, I posted a funny story. I got a lot of feedback on Kiko. I think you commented on it. The one about 3% female audience. That's honestly, I got so much feedback, and a lot of people posted their own analytics, like other YouTubers, and they were like,
"Wild."
Mine's 40. I was like, how the fuck are you getting 40%?
I think I have like 4.5.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yours, that's better than mine. I mean, like mine's like 3.5. So, you know what it is, Kiko? People were telling me it's shorts, because you and I don't do shorts.
Fuck off shorts.
But like women love shorts apparently. The viewership for women on shorts goes way up.
Then
but if you don't do shorts,
go to TikTok.
Yeah, if you don't do shorts, then you don't get that. So,
it's true. So, that's how Ty got into your channel, is when you were doing the shorts, the comedy shorts.
Yeah.
And she literally just scrolling through, just watching all of them, and then next thing you know, she started watching your content. But it was the shorts that brought her in.
Maybe I'll start. Maybe Kiko, we should start doing like one short a month.
It's a no for me, dog.
That's fair. I'm with you. Actually, Natalie tried to convince me, but yeah, she tried to gaslight me. But I'm not going to buy into it. Natalie, is there anything you want to discuss before we end things? Anything you want to? Because you got a great display there. I know at some point people want to see a tutorial.
I am doing my absolute darndest to prep for you and Josh and potentially Kiko's Weens to make their way to Florida in the next month and a half.
Yeah, so, October. Yep.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We're trying to plan some stuff, put some stuff together. I've got to like put up all my artwork that I've been delaying, because Ty's like, those better be up on the wall before he hits you. All right.
I'm gonna be so impressed. Like, don't do it on my account. Just do it. Yeah.
Oh no, I have to, or I will be in trouble. Yeah. So I got a couple things I'm wrapping up. But someone had asked me, "Oh, are you ever gonna show us like what your whole like collection looks like? I want to see everything." So once those go up, I'll probably do some like, I don't know, non-voiced over something, and then maybe you can help me figure out.
Post it on one of our channels for sure.
Right? Yes,
yeah, we could do
exactly.
That.
Maybe you can help me figure out how to put it all.
We'll do a live stream and react to it.
Yeah, maybe Kiko and I can react to it together. Yeah,
that'd
be fun.
That would be good. Perfect. And then because I have some other stuff too. I've got some statues and other things besides just the stuff behind me. So.
Well, now that I will say, I'm gonna need you and Ty for a strangers video.
Yes.
I'm gonna need. Kiko did a great job, so there's a high bar there.
Yeah, what are we sitting at? Like 15 grand on the video?
Oh, dude, 16. I think it was my highest viewed video of the year. So Kiko Collects was a huge part of it.
Gotta be me.
It was, dude. The second best strangers video, I think, was like 7,000 or 8,000. So you like doubled.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I was saying, I don't know how I'm gonna like do even a slightest bit like the way Kiko could, because you guys are like eye level. So the camera was just like looking at you. I was making a joke. I'm like, it's gonna be like this. Like,
yeah,
just gonna
that
see,
is
like,
true. Will and I do have that height advantage.
Yeah, I think Kiko might be slightly taller, just barely. Like I feel like he's like slightly taller. Yeah, but. It didn't matter at the gym when that girl asked me if she could use the weights.
Yes, that's a topic for another time.
Yeah, so totally different. But Natalie, yes, maybe when I come to Florida, we can film something and Kiko and I can react to it or something. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for joining. Guys, thank you to the chat for joining us. It was a fun one. We got a lot covered. Didn't get to every topic, but that's always how it goes. I try to have a few topics just on the docket that, just in case we back up. Sometimes we'll speed through them and we actually will finish them all. But today, not so much. Guys, I'm working on a Spider-Man video, but I won't have it done until next week because I'm waiting on Black Suit, Kiko, and Natalie. That's going to arrive Tuesday.
Black Suit is crazy.
You got yours, Natalie?
So big. Yeah, he's right there, but I can't put the claws on him. They're so big.
Dude.
Yes.
Honestly, Natalie, I just got him. I just pulled him out of the case and put him upstairs for filming. Advanced Suit 2.0 is fucking sick. Like, I love that. I love it.
I didn't even realize how big the claws were. And so now I don't know what I'm going to do.
Can you not like bend them down to fit them in? Or
barely.
No? Okay.
Even still, like the width because they plug in, obviously. I mean, it's hard because I had to take mine out. That's why these are here, because
same.
I had to move them because they were taking up too much space. I love them.
Kiko, you muted again.
Oh,
you muted.
Sorry, I hit the mouse. But the tendrils are covered in symbiote, which are really cool. But damn, yeah.
Dude, I'm excited. Natalie, so you're loving that black suit too, right? Yeah, the black suit.
So good. It's just like I really was excited to have him with the claws or the tendrils. What
the claws.
Yeah, claws. Yeah.
I always think they're Iron Spider claws, basically.
Yeah. I was so excited to have him with that. And then like they have the blue tip and everything. And because they're so big and sturdy, you really could bend his feet. You really could bend his legs, and he could seriously rest just on that thing. And you could do like the ultimate Spider-Man, but you
have him like
can't
hanging.
fit him in the shelf. They're so big.
Honestly, though, and I owned that figure before, Kiko and Natalie, I'm kind of, as we wrap up, I'm kind of like wanting to get the Miles again after getting these. Like, it's like the Miles was a really good figure. The
Miles is so mid for sure.
Oh, you think so? I really liked it. I really liked it when I had it. But Advanced Suit, I'm more of a Peter guy. Like, I liked Miles. Miles was great in the game, and I thought he was one of the best parts of gameplay wise. But as far as characterization, like, I just like, like
this thing is larger than my body. I don't even. It's bigger than my head.
The symbiote tendrils are like glued on, right? They're just like they're on there. You can't remove them.
They're slid on there.
Oh, okay. So you can move them around.
You can take them off.
Okay.
I don't think so, honestly.
Natalie, don't break it live on stream. Because there we go. Yeah, but guys, be on the lookout for that. I may do another video this Sunday in the meantime, but I'm waiting for Black Suit. I filmed a bunch of the video, and then I think that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Make sure to check out the next stream Friday, 5:15. We'll be back. Have a good weekend. Thanks so much. I'll see you. Bye. Thank you for watching another episode of Lights Camera Collect. Please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And of course, check out my amazing co-host channel, Kiko Collects, linked in the description below. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.